Welcome back to another day in my life. Excuse all this. I just ran 40 minutes. Let me go freshen up. We'll talk about it, and we'll also talk about my weight for this week. All right, I am back, and I forgot to say who I am. So if you're new, my name is Patrice, The.Patrice.Denise. I'm over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time, and thank you for joining this video, this vlog, this community. So yeah, this might not be necessarily a vlog today because I got a lot to do, but I wanted to update you guys on my weekly weigh-in. I started to weigh myself once a week. Okay, let's just go back a little bit. So I am on the medication MOUNJARO. I've been on that medication for over 2 years now, and prior to that I was on Ozempic. I am now in a maintenance mode, and with that, I am taking my injections every 2 weeks. Remember, I am not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not someone trying to tell you how to take your medication. Just sharing my experience. Definitely check with your doctor or your provider before making any changes to your plan of care. So I noticed right after Thanksgiving, with all the festivities of Thanksgiving, just being a little lax with everything, you know, with the Thanksgiving holiday and so forth, I noticed that my weight did go up, and it was at 166.8. as of December the 2nd. And so I said, no, I want to get back down. My range that I like to stay between while I'm on maintenance is 160 to 165. So being that I noticed that I was above 165, I said, okay, let's wheel this back in. Let's get it together. So I decided to start weighing myself once a week. I was weighing once a month. And so I decided for the last month of this year, 2024, I'm going to weigh myself once a week. And with that also, I'm going to give myself a kind of goal, a carrot. I talked about a carrot before in another video, a carrot to run towards, talking about that relating to running a 5K. But also, I want to reach to be under 160 by the end of this year. So I set out to do that as well. And with that, I knew I had to be more intentional, more reflective, just more in tune of what I had going on while being in this maintenance mode, right? Let me tell y'all, whoever said it's easier to be in maintenance mode, I don't know about that, because in order to stay where you need to be or where you want to be, you still got to do the work. You still got to keep up with what you were doing before. So it's definitely just as hard as losing weight to maintain the weight that you lost. So just keep that in mind as you continue to go as well. Just continue to put in good habits and kind of set those habits in stone so that you will be able to jump back in. I know it's okay to kind of lax and relax and not have to go gung-ho, but just know to wheel it back in when it's time to wheel it back in. And so that's where I was here this past month, or this month. So like I said, on December 2nd, I was 166.8 pounds, and I decided to weigh in once a week. So last week I weighed in at 164.6 pounds, and today I weighed in at, that's my drum roll, y'all, 161.4 pounds. 161.4 pounds. So that is a loss of 3.2 pounds. Wow. So prior to, I lost 2.2 pounds, and now 3.2 pounds. And for me, I like to be reflective. I like to think, what changed? What happened? What's going on? Why? Well, there's a lot of things, or at least 3 that I can think of that I kind of clumped together to say this is probably what factored into now being down a total of, 5.4 pounds in the last 2 weeks. And let's just look into it. So for one, being intentional about my eating. I don't track right now, and when I say I don't track, and I've been saying that for the past couple months, I don't track. I have tracked in the past my nutrition. I have tracked in the past using my FitnessPal, using Fitbit, the Fitbit app, and like I said, my FitnessPal. And I did it as well when my daughter and I were in this Fit Family program. Yeah, it's called Fit Family Program. We were doing that, and I did it for that program as well. So I have tracked in the past. I know how to track, and I can track. It's just that it's overwhelming for me. I'm not gonna, it is what it is. It's very overwhelming for me. And now that I have tracked, I try to just be more like eyeballing it and saying, okay, I remember that this is this amount, this is this amount. And so yeah, I just said all that to say I have tracked in the past. But now I'm being kind of like more intentional, just asking myself, okay, how much protein is that? Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of carbs. I know pasta, rice, that's a lot of carbs. Bread, carbs. So I try to stay away as much as I can from those things. But as you saw on Saturday, I did have fries. I did have bread. So I do eat it in moderation. But I tried to be, this past 2 weeks, intentional and reflective. So for instance, this past Saturday, like I had the fries and the bread. But later on in the day, I wasn't hungry, so I'm not going to force myself to eat. And then on Sunday, I had a salad. I did have that same chicken on top, though. And I didn't eat the whole meal on Saturday as well. But just being intentional, reflective, asking myself, and then yesterday on Sunday, I'm just all over the place. Yesterday on Sunday, there was cake in front of me, and I said to myself, do you really want it? If you want it, get it. But do you really want it? Or is it just something that you just, because everybody else is eating it? And so I told myself, we don't need it. We don't need it. So yeah, just being intentional and reflective and talking to myself. Talking to myself, and sometimes I answer back. Yes, talking to myself and just asking myself these questions. Do I need it? Is it just a want? Or now you're going to see, because I'm just putting it out there, as the holidays get closer and closer and festivities, yes, I may have a piece of cake. Yes, I may have a dessert. Or yes, I may have some carbs. It's okay as long as I am doing it in moderation, not going overboard. So for the past 2 weeks, I have been very intentional, very reflective in just, monitoring what I have eaten, and exercise, cardio, and doing the strength training. I've been really intentional about that as well. For instance, this morning, like I said, I ran for 40 minutes. So on Saturday, I ran for 35, trying to get to the full 5K in one run. And so this morning, when I got to 35 minutes in, I said, girl, you can do it. You can do it. You're already in 35 minutes. Let's do 5 more minutes. And so I ran for 5 more minutes. And so now I'm at 40 minutes. So, and when I'm going to have a video come out about my run. But when I get to, when I first start running, it's hard. I'm not even going to, when I get on the treadmill and I'm in the first 5 minutes, it's very hard. And then as I get to 10 minutes, I'm like, okay. And then as I continue to go, I get, the feeling is there, and I can continue to go. And then as I get to like over 20 minutes, my mind just I tell myself, you're already in it, keep going, you're already in it, keep going. And so I'm able to keep going by talking to myself, also listening to things that are motivational, music or a video or whatever the case may be, that will continue to keep me going as I'm doing my run. But yeah, so I'm being intentional about my exercise as well as my nutrition for the past 2 weeks. So 2 things that helped me this past week to lose 2 or 3 whatever pounds. One is I did take my injection. Like I said, I'm on MOUNJARO. I took my injection on Sunday, which was this past, not yesterday, but on the 8th. So I had my MOUNJARO injection on the 8th. I did it on the 8th. And so that took me up until today, which will be today is day 8, I guess, on the injection. So we'll see how my appetite goes for the next week. Okay, so this past week, keep in mind that I had my injection on December 8th, so my appetite could have been influenced, or yes, it was influenced by the MOUNJARO injection for this past week. So today marks day 8, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, today marks day 8 of my injection. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll see what my weight is on next Monday. Another thing that had a lot to do with this weight this week is my menstrual came on and went off this week. So, you know, with your menstrual, you have that water retention and your hormones and everything. So that has a lot to do with holding on to water at first. So I could have probably last week been down a little bit more, but because my menstrual was coming on and then now it's gone, so the water retention is gone. I think that had a lot to do with that 3 pounds lost this past week or this week. So yeah, but all in all, I am excited because why? Because I want to get under 160 by December 31st, January 1st. And we have 1.5 pounds to go to get to that. So I believe that I can do that. I believe that I can get down 1.5 pounds in the next 2 weeks. Yep, in the next 2 weeks, and keep it off. So that's the key. Okay, when I get under, I gotta keep it off. So we'll see how this goes for the next 2 weeks, with Christmas coming up, with New Year's coming up, and just continuing to be intentional about everything that I do for the next 2 weeks and continuing on. So like I said, once you build these habits and you get familiar with these habits and they become part of your lifestyle, you'll continue. This is a lifestyle. This is a journey. And I'm so glad that I'm able to reflect and share with you guys, because you guys also help me to be accountable and help me to wheel it back in when I need to wheel it back in. So this is a lifetime. This is a journey. Whew. Right. This is a journey. This is a journey, but we're going to continue on. I hope that your week is going great. So this is Monday, December the 16th. I hope that your week is going great. I hope that your week goes great. I hope that you are having success in your journey. How is your week going? How did your week go last week? Let me know in the comments below. We're here to motivate and to inspire each other. We just got to continue to be intentional and reflective. And when one person gets off track, or when one person, you know, kind of slacks off, we just got to wheel each other back in. So hopefully you seeing me wheel myself back in will help you to wheel yourself back in. Right. Right. What else? Oh, so I'm drinking my shake for this morning. This is my breakfast. I already had my greens. I already had the L-glutamine in my greens. And L-glutamine is, so the greens, the oxy greens, is help with getting some, you know, vegetables and fruits in just that way. I know it's not the natural way, but just getting it in every day in the morning helps me to listen. Okay, if I forget to eat an apple, or if I forget to eat an orange or whatever, I did have some greens in my body. Or if I didn't have a salad or something that day, I did have some greens. The L-glutamine, that helps with muscle recovery, protein synthesis, as well as gut health. And so I started taking that, I would say, I think it was in August or September, and it's probably September, and I continue to take it ever since, when I really got into doing strength training and just wanted to get into strength training. I started taking that, and I just been taking that every day as well. Do I see a difference or notice a difference? Well, I do notice a difference in my muscles. Not sure if that's, you know, helping or not, but I'm going to continue to take it. I'm going to continue to take it. Gut health, I have noticed. But I also take magnesium at night. I've been regular. Let's just say that. I've been regular. So I think the combination of the two is really helping. Yeah, definitely been regular. So I did that. That's my breakfast. I will put up here what I have for lunch, as well as any snacks, as well as for dinner, because I'm going to end the video here because I have a lot to do today. I have to go get my hair retightened. I have to also work this evening. So my part-time job, I need to get back to my full-time job right now, and I need to work my part-time job this evening. This will be my last shift until after Christmas, so I am excited just to get it over with, and then just focus on family and friends for the rest of the holiday. So I am going to end the video here, but I wanted to show you guys exactly what I ate today, because I'm documenting what I eat every day and what I do every day, so that you can see and I can be held accountable for it. So up here you saw everything that I ate today, starting with the shake and ending with whatever I had for dinner today. I thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will definitely check in with you tomorrow, Lord willing, documenting what I eat in a day as well as any exercise that I do and so forth. I will definitely check in with you on next week for our next week's weigh-in, Lord willing, and we will go from there. Until the next video, till tomorrow, I love you guys and God bless.